Hey, fellow babies, and welcome to the 42 show that tonight starts with a question. You ever get that moment where you got a song stuck in your head and you just can't get it out and you think to yourself, well, at least it's not the Cranberries. Well, that's what I got stuck in my head and it's driving me crazy. How do you get rid of this crap dunk?
I'll say you another song to get stuck in your head. How about that? No, you don't want me to do that. Yeah, in a packed news tonight, panel, well, it's just starting off with some gibberish. What we got here? We got Donald Trump's bollocks are suing him for sexual harassment. A black hole has formed at the center of Elon Musk. Scientists are hoping this means he will disappear up his own ass. And Michelle Obama did a rousing speech at the DMC this week, and people are saying that she should have run for president. What? A black woman for president of the United States? That would never fly. And so Dick's going to take us to Ukraine with some little updates for what's going on over there.
Well, we're going to go to one of their neighbors, actually, because the drones have attacked. Moscow under siege. Ukraine kicks some ass again. We've got some actual footage. Just see how good they are at making their drones look like Star Wars toys. I'm just saying. It's amazing. Yeah, here's some on the ground footage of them trying to deal with the aftermath over in Moscow there. But, for some reality here, this was literally one of the largest attacks yet. And this attack on Moscow is now with Kursk and everything, as well as them going at Moscow and stuff. This is literally the most intense fighting Russia's seen on its own soil since World War II. The Moscow mayor, let me get his name right because I don't want to screw this up. Putler's bitch said it was one of the biggest attempts of all time to attack Moscow using drones.
Beautifully pronounced.
Well, you got to get these things right, like we try around here. Some Russian social media channels were sharing videos of the drones apparently being destroyed by air defense systems, setting off car alarms and all kinds of stuff. Alexander Putler bangs my bum. The government of the Bryansk region, which borders Ukraine, reported a massive attack on his region as well. So, well done, guys and gals, and everybody up there kicking some ass, because bringing it right to Moscow, that is brilliant. I love every minute of it. We've got a little bit more news here as it pertains to Ukraine and Kursk pretty much, but the surrounding area as well. Another drone attack sparked a fire at a military facility in southern Russia as Kyiv pushes the offensive into the Kursk region, where it's taken more territory, more prisoners, and struck key infrastructure, including bridges, as we know, airfields, and oil depots. The governor of the region said Thursday that a defense ministry facility was on fire after being attacked by drones, and it's a total sign Ukraine is not letting up. People were wondering what the strategy was going to be. How are they playing this out? Are they going to keep pushing? Will they be falling back and regrouping? It seems like it's full steam ahead. There's another fire burning today in Rostov region where the firefighters struggled for the fifth day in a row now to put out a fire at an oil depot in Prolatursk. I don't know. Ukrainian drone attack again. Satellite photos from Planet Labs, PBC, I guess some company that does satellite photos, analyzed by the Associated Press, showed the fire at the oil depot still intensely burning as of today. Storage tanks and the facility appeared engulfed in flames, visible flames seen in the images with thick black smoke drifting up. That's what you're looking at there. Another example of Ukraine's intensifying attacks on Russia. Emergency authorities in Krasnodar region said a Ukrainian strike hit a cargo ferry loaded with fuel tanks at the Kavkaz port. Huge blaze. The port is on the Kerch Strait, linking the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. And as you know, Rick the Ukrainian streams, Free Azov. There was 28 drones launched overnight. Russian Telegram channel said the drones attempted to attack a military airbase near Marinkova. Video shared on Russian social media showed an explosion in the night sky, reportedly near the base. It's about 300 kilometers east of the Ukrainian border and about the same distance west from the border of Kazakhstan. So, Kyiv is continuing the push. There seems to be no sign letting up. It's totally got the Kremlin rattled. You can see the panic and how they're trying to deal with things. And it's all good news from there. But there is a little bit of Russia gaining a little bit of territory on Ukrainian soil as well. And I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but that's our update for now. And we do have some stuff on the situation to follow up on coming up here. But
yeah, absolutely. Because, watch out, Ukraine, because God has been deployed by the Russians. Yes, they're bringing in the big guns, because Orthodox priests brought a religious icon to the scene of the huge fuel depot that Dick was talking about earlier, sparked by the Ukrainian drone attack. And the hope is it will tame the flames. The icon, the religious icon of the unburnt bush, seen one of those once, is considered by Christians in Russia
shaved
as a talisman against fire. Yes, the unburnt bush is a talisman against fire. Yes. The
sounds
giant
like
fire.
some crappy movie Disney didn't even bother making.
Not yet, they haven't. The giant fire, you said it earlier, Proletarsk fuel depot in the Rostov region has been burning since Saturday, despite efforts by firefighters to douse its flame. About 20 of the 74 storage tanks were on fire, and more than 500 firefighters were tackling the blaze. I know how to tackle fire. I've heard this. You're supposed to fight fire with fire, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Chuck more fire on it.
About it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how you fight this fire. Chuck more fire on it. Set the rest of him on the blaze.
Yeah. Trump's getting there, or Putler, same person, is trying to get there as fast as he can to help.
Here he comes. Yeah, but apparently the priest spoke with the firefighters and blessed all the fire equipment. Oh, bless you. Bless you. The local people have complained on social media. I'm surprised they're allowed on social media these days about how polluted the air has become due to the fire. The authorities have said the level of harmful substances in the air is within permitted norms. Of course they would. You know, there'd be a nuclear bomb go off and they'd be like, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, Russia. Go back to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, they love their people over there, don't they?
They do. You know? Yeah. Just can't shoot them fast enough.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there's a story that was really cool a few years back. I bet y'all will remember this, and now it kind of has an ending. These penguins here, Sydney Sea Life Aquarium. This was Magic and his buddy. There was these two penguins that had like a total same-sex relationship going, right? So it's Magic and his buddy Steven. They had like a total courtship and everything, and came together the whole bit. And they were totally famous. So around 2018 when this first transpired, right? The one, I think it's Magic, has passed away of natural causes. Just as he was approaching his 12th birthday, right? So they had just celebrated 6 years together, and they had successfully adopted twice. Once they raised a chick, and another time they raised a chick. So, yeah. And what they really thought was neat was how the two shared the parent duties. They took their individual turns on the nest, and they would go out and search for food and come back and swap roles, swap caring for the egg and whatnot. And they divided it up absolutely evenly between them, right? So in the wild, when one penguin dies and the parent or the partner doesn't know what happened, they kind of go searching for them. So what they did was they made sure to get all the penguins in to see. And they say it was a really emotional moment. So Magic was taken in to see his fallen partner, Sven. I keep saying Steven, dyslexia thing. And Magic immediately started to do the singing that they did in the beginning of their courtship. And all the other penguins in the habitat joined in with the singing. And the staff were just like completely blown away. They had never seen this reaction, nothing like this before. And they're not entirely sure if anybody's seen this reaction before and what the whole singing part and everything meant. But it comes across as cognitive they understand the situation, and they were mourning their buddy, and he was mourning his partner.
They weren't singing that song you were talking about in the intro. That
Stop it! But
yeah, chickpeas, whatever it was.
Yeah. And the Sven, the partner that's left alive right now, was seen gathering little pebbles to start making a nest. So they're hopeful that Sven will be able to get over this and continue on, being a penguin. I don't.
Yeah, they should take Magic away and stuff him. And just they could be there together for life. I mean, if they're gay penguin, it's probably not the first time he's been stuffed.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I don't watch penguin sex. I don't know how it happens, what goes on.
I've seen the documentaries, but somehow we don't get into that part.
Oh, yeah, you saw that one with, wank with penguins. Did you see that one?
Yeah. Yeah. When you got flippers, you can give her a good spank. So, speaking of which,
yeah, talking about someone who needs a good spanking. Yeah, because opening at the 2027 Las Vegas Grand Prix, Gordon Ramsay is set to transform an F1 garage into Ramsay's Garage. Yeah, set to open during the race, which takes place from November 21st, Ramsay is said to be offering a new culinary experience. Yes, nothing like food with
motor oil.
Yeah. Yeah, but here's the thing. Priced at £28,000 per person. You didn't hear that wrong. Yes, the guests will have access to the paddock. Isn't that where they keep the horses? Pit lane walks and guided track tours, along with the meal as they mingle with the stars. Yeah, they get to walk around, see the racing cars, and then get a bag of chicken nuggets or something at the end. Yeah, sources have said celebrities, including Tom Cruise and Rihanna, have been invited to cook alongside Ramsay. They didn't say they're going to do it. The chef also wanted James Corden to join his adventure. Well, less about him, I bet, I think.
Tom Cruise wouldn't do it unless he could cook while riding a motorcycle. So
yeah, or cook James Corden. One insider said Gordon wants people like Tom and Rihanna. He wants big names and also those who like going to the Grand Prix. Well, that's him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rihanna went last year, so did Tom.
Well, I wouldn't pay $28 for this idiot to cook me something.
Yeah, but you're a big star. You'll go for nothing. The plan is that A-listers join him to make a course or two. They say he is so excited. Of course he is.
Yeah, he's excited for the $28,000 a pop.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to go for it, but yeah. But this gear, he's known for his passion for Formula One, and blah blah blah. So several surprise guests are said to be expected, and then on the Sunday, Ramsay will serve up a traditional lunch.
What, a ham sandwich?
I'm not too sure what that's supposed to mean. Just it's going to be traditional because it'll be at lunchtime. That's about as traditional as it will be. But speaking of the project, Ramsay said, "I'm so thrilled to be bringing Ramsay's Garage so close to the action of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Being a massive F1 fan, you're a massive something. I've seen the first hand how intertwined food and the sport is. Have you? How intertwined is Formula One and food? What is he talking about? I've never seen them going around the F1 track. Oh, I'm just going to stop off for a kebab while I'm just driving around.
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, you remember when Ayrton Senna won the Brazilian Grand Prix? It wasn't the Brazilian flag he was trying to grab. Somebody had a piece of chicken.
It's a pizza. This is stupid. But apparently Ramsay is going to be starring in a new Netflix series about being Gordon Ramsay. Brilliant.
Sakes.
That's just what we need. Yeah. It's a good job he's going to be in a show about being Gordon Ramsay because he's quite qualified for that, I suppose.
I bet Nicolas Cage would do a better job.
Oh dear! Oh man, no, never mind. I was going to say something but which will follow over 9 months in the lead up to his biggest restaurant venture to date, the opening of the 5 culinary experiences in London. There's plenty of culinary experiences in London. Don't need another one of his. Apparently, so I've seen people review his restaurants, and they all just say it's all right. Nothing special.
It's a place to be seen, spending a lot of money. Otherwise, you would go to an actual restaurant. Right?
Yeah, he's got loads that's like for the people, but people just said, yeah, it's not that great.
Fuck him. Here's another guy to completely throw out the window. Too bad he's not Russian because I'm sure it would have already happened. Steward Healthcare System. They're a private company in the United States that owns a bunch of hospitals and so on. They had at least 30 in their charge at one point, and they were scrounging for cash to cover supplies, shuttered pediatric and neonatal units, closing maternity wards, laying off hundreds of healthcare workers. They were putting patients in danger. But during this time, their system of payouts to the executives and whatnot paid out a good $250 million to the CEO and the CEO's companies. So where's this piece of shit's name? Ralph de la Tour. So he newly revealed financial documents. These have just come to light recently. He was Steward CEO Ralph de la Tour, a Harvard University trained cardiac surgeon. In 2020, he took over majority ownership of Steward from a private equity firm. Imagine an actual person doing worse than private equity. This guy's a real crook. And his companies were paid of over $250 million since that takeover in 2020. Right? 4 years, $250 million. And his hospitals in 8 states have filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcies. So the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, which we're going to call HELP from now on, alleged that de la Tour stripped the system's hospitals of assets, siphoned payments from them, and loaded them with debt while reaping huge payouts that made him obscenely wealthy. Let's see. Oh, stop with the ad pop-ups, you jerk offs. Sold the land. Yeah. So this jerk off sold the land under the hospitals to a large hospital landlord, Medical Properties Trust, leaving the hospitals on the hook for huge, large rent payments. He owns a part of that company. Steward also paid a management consulting firm $30 million a year to provide executive oversight and overall strategic directive. But this asshole's the majority owner of that firm, which also employs other Steward executives. So if you look at it, they paid themselves $30 million to do the job they were already paid for.
It's all just going around in circles.
Yeah. Yeah. And during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2021, there was major strain on hospitals and health infrastructure. He distributed $111 million to shareholders, with him being 73% shareholder of the company.
Oh,
his share would have been around $81 million. That year, he bought a 190-foot yacht for $40 million. He owns a $15 million custom-made luxury fishing boat. The Senate committee, meanwhile, notes that a Steward affiliate owned 2 jets, one at $62 million and a second backup jet at $33 million. While he was living this wicked lifestyle, his hospitals were facing dire situations, as they had for a few years. An investigation by the Senate Health Committee, noted that Stewart had shut down several hospitals in Massachusetts, Ohio, Arizona, and Texas between 2014 and this year, laying off thousands of healthcare workers and leaving communities in the lurch. It was closing things in Texas and Florida, all kinds of services, Louisiana as well. Their Wall Street Journal investigation dug up records that showed that a pest control company discovered 3,000 bats living in one of the hospitals in Florida. In Arizona, a Phoenix area hospital was without air conditioning during scorching temperatures, and its kitchen was closed for healthcare violations.
Too many bats in it.
Yeah. And so they've been accused of poor financial decisions and gross mismanagement of the hospitals and putting patients' lives at risk. And let me just get his name right again. It's Ralph Piece of Utter Garbage de la Tour.
Yeah, it's a triple barrel name.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like, this is election time right now, people in America. All you Americans, listen up. A state health care thing is not a bad thing when stuff like this is going on. None of this could ever happen in Canada because it's all kind of done within the system, and doctors still get to make a really good living. It's just not a bad thing. It's not communism. It's not.
We've checked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so what's this one? I'm interested because of the picture.
Yeah, talking of communism, the staff at a building society in Swansea received their mail on Friday, and they were surprised to buy a postcard dating back more than 220 years. Henry Darby, the Swansea Building Society's marketing and communications officer, they've even got one. Said it's a little bit spooky. I'm not a huge fan of touching it because it feels like an antique. It feels like it needs to be in perspex or something.
He's talking about his pecker.
I have no idea. He's probably talking about equity or something. I don't understand. The message on the card reads, "Dear L," this is brilliant because it really doesn't make a lot of sense. But "Dear L, I could not, it was not possible to get the pair of these. Full stop. I am sorry, but I hope you are enjoying yourself at home. I have got now about 10 shillings as pocket money, not including the train fare, so I am doing all right. Remember me to Miss Gilbert and John with love, or to all from Ewart." Yeah, I don't know. You've got the picture on the front of the card. Maybe that's what he's talking about when, it's not possible to get a pair of these. What he's talking about, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, hold on. Let me look. Yeah.
I don't know.
Pair of what, antlers?
This still doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? It's talking in code. Anyway, among those who have contacted the Building Society is a relative believed to be the great niece of Miss Lydia Davies, the postcard's intended recipient. But here's the story, because they haven't got to the bottom of how it ended up back in circulation of the Royal Mail and how it came to us with a stamp that is the best part of 125 years old. It's got King Edward on it. The postmark is August 23rd, 03, presumably 1903. And they guessed it may be someone who has been doing a bit of house clearance. Guess the address maybe still be a house, and the owner might like it as a keepsake and basically just threw it back in the post again. So the postcard was put back into circulation.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't like lost in the post for over a century. But a family historian who replied to the Building Society after it posted the picture on Facebook that they had found a 14-year-old Lydia at 11 Craddock Street in the census of 1901. It could be her. I was going to
say, if it's today, I don't think that's going to be your girl.
No, certainly not at 11 or 14. But it said the postman said, postman, whoever it was at the post office, he said, when the item is in our system, we are under obligation to deliver it to the correct address, no matter what.
I got a great game to play on social media, everybody. Go to thrift stores and see if you can find stuff like this, and then put them back in the post and see if you can get yourself on the news.
Yeah, go to car boot sales and just fill the raw mail boxes up with old postcards.
That'd be funny. They would literally say, "Please stop. We can't afford this."
Yeah, they'll end up just chucking them in a big bin somewhere. Yeah. We're done with this gag.
Yeah. So we've been doing some articles recently on companies that like to take what you already have and continue to charge you by turning it into a subscription. Well, there's this company out there, Peloton. They really rose to fame during the pandemic because they've got these interactive exercise bikes, right? And people were buying them up big. Now, they're popular as a used item because you buy them used and you pay your subscription to them because they have all these people that do training videos. It seems people liked it. It seems to be worth the subscription, right? So away you go. So there's a healthy market for them used and everything. Well, Peloton just had its earnings call, and let me scroll down to get this right here. During the pandemic, they rose to a $50 billion valuation because the stock market is full of idiots. But since the pandemic's over and people aren't locked in their house, their sales are way down. So now they're valued at $2.1 billion. So almost $50 billion in corporate value have been erased in just like 2 years from these guys. So what do you think they're going to do to fix it? Are they going to raise their subscription rates? Actually, no, they're not. What they're now going to do is charge a one-time $95 used equipment activation fee.
Oh, brilliant.
Can you imagine if you go on Facebook Marketplace and buy one of these, take it home to sign up for the subscription, only to find out that they want $100 before they'll even let you sign up for this freaking subscription?
That's insane.
Yeah, and there's some quotes in here I want to read. So this is during the call, Peloton's interim CEO, Christopher Mourning, said that the activation fee will be a source of incremental revenue and gross profit. The fee is related to ensuring that the subscription customers that Peloton gains to ensuring. Let me read this again because I don't even think it makes sense. Peloton also claimed in a letter to shareholders that the fee is related to ensuring that the subscription customers that Peloton gains through used bike sales receive the same high quality experience. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah, what would stop them?
Yeah. Are you admitting that people that get a subscription on a used bike get a worse experience than others? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So Peloton hardware sales have tumbled, as I was saying. Its net worth has gone from $50 billion to $2.1 billion. But guess what happened after this earnings call? Their share price increased 30%.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised what they don't do is, like, on the screen you're supposed to be like cycling with like a real fit instructor facing you.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get the second-hand bike, you don't get the good, good looking fit person in front of you.
You get the old drunk guy who just yells at you. Yeah.
Fat, sweaty old bloke.
Yeah.
And you have to pay a higher subscription fee to get a better looking one.
So imagine this. If they get away with this, you know how many other companies out there are going to start doing the same thing? We start buying a used item, and before you know it, you buy a used car, and GM says, oh, well, there's a $2,500 fee before we can turn on the electronics so you can actually use your car.
Yeah, PJ points out in the chat, mobile phones, that would be a huge huge thing if they started doing it with that.
Apple is probably salivating at the freaking mouth reading this going, oh, yeah. Right?
Yeah. Oh, dear.
I just can't believe the audacity. And, the company, if it wasn't for the stock market, wouldn't be doing this shit. I truly believe that because the company would have been fine. It's all these companies that go on the stock market, their value goes up, they don't fulfill, and now they have to screw us left and right to try to gain it back. It's all for other people. I hate it.
I think what you do is take your Peloton bikes, throw them in the bin, get an ordinary bike, and then fix an iPad to the front of the bike, and just get a Pornhub account.
Yeah, just watch old Richard Simmons videos, right?
Just watch porn on your bike while you cycle around.
Or just get a bike and go and ride it. If you want to see something while you're riding, go the fuck outside. That's how bikes work.
Yeah, or join a cycling club, and then at least you can follow around someone's bum. Get staring at that all day.
Okay, so
you could join the Shills cycling club, and we'll be on screen.
Down and watch a movie with us. We always have beer.
Well, no, I was just going to say two old bums, but you can go with your way if you want. Oh, talking of bums, a Thai man was bitten on his testicles by a 12-foot python while he sat on the toilet. So he beat the serpent to death with a toilet brush, leaving the bathroom splattered in blood. Tanet, I love this name. I know I'm going to butcher it. Tanet Tanktawanan felt a sharp pain after he took a seat on Tuesday. So he reached down and grabbed the snake by the neck and tried to rip it off his privates. He said, I felt something biting my balls. It was very painful. So I put my hands in the toilet to see what was wrong, and I was shocked that I grabbed a snake. Well, I'm not going to say anything. When the snake didn't budge, he grabbed a toilet brush and began beating it in the head, prompting the snake to release its fangs. Jaw-dropping photos he posted on social media show the bloodthirsty serpent lying dead in his bathroom. Tangdawanan was immediately taken to hospital to get a tetanus vaccine, but he thankfully didn't need stitches. Can you imagine the 911, the emergency service coming along and say, "Oh, we need to suck out the poison. We need to suck out the poison." He said, "It's a python. It's not venomous." "No, we need to suck out the poison."
I think all of us will have to have a turn.
Not so deep. But he says, my testicles are safe now. I'm lucky it wasn't a venomous snake. A cobra would have killed me. Wow. But I haven't used that toilet again since.
Oh, shit.
Where's he been going?
It reminds me of that old Disney cartoon, Ricky Tikki Tavi with the snakes.
It says here, it wasn't clear from the reports where in Thailand the attack took place. I can tell you exactly where it took place. On the toilet.
Yeah, in the shitter.
Several other people have been bitten by snakes while using the loo in Thailand in recent years. So watch out if you go to Thailand. Wear some, I don't know, Teflon underpants when you sit on the toilet.
Yeah, I wonder if they sell underwear with a little, junk pocket that's made of like titanium or something. So that way,
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm never sitting down on the toilet again.
Let's see here. Where should I go? Here's one. You want to talk about deadbeats? I'll get this one in pretty quick here. A Kentucky man has been sentenced to 7 years in prison after hacking the state registries to fake his own death. Why? To avoid paying child support in the amount of about $116,000.
No.
What a hunk of crap this guy is. U.S. Attorney's Office wrote that Jesse Kiff was sentenced for charges including computer fraud, aggravated identity theft, and a couple other things. On top of hacking state death registries in Arizona, Hawaii, and Vermont, he also hacked into private businesses and attempted to sell access to networks on the dark web. He stole identities of real people to open credit accounts and the whole bit. So he's agreed to pay off a couple $100,000, including the child support owed to his ex-wife. Well, how about the child as well? And $80,000 to repair some state death registries and whatnot.
Jesus Christ. What a piece of work.
Yeah. It's your child. Support the damn child. Instead of going to all this trouble to get out of it, you could have just had a job and done your duty. You absolute piece of garbage.
Or do what other normal parent would do, just sell it to the gypsies.
yeah.
Have not your problem anymore.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I better get this one in quick then.
Yeah.
A passenger was arrested at an Australian airport after he left a stationary airliner through an emergency exit, walked along the wing, and then climbed down a jet engine to the tarmac on Thursday. Jetstar flight JQ507, you know that one?
It's my favorite one.
Yeah. It arrived in Melbourne Airport from Sydney and had just parked at the terminal gate when the man left the plane by the right side exit. Opening the exit automatically deployed the slide from the back of the wing, the fuselage, to the ground. But the man, instead of walked along the wing and climbed down on one of the Airbus engines.
What the hell?
But he didn't climb through the front. It would have been out the side. But a passenger said passengers screamed and shrieked as the man began erratic behavior shortly before he opened the hatch. As soon as the plane has started coming to a stop, he immediately got up and basically charged to where the emergency exit row is, and in the process shoving people, causing a bit of commotion, and ripped open the emergency door. Another passenger identified, well, it doesn't matter who he was, he said the man had been vaping, which is not allowed, during the 90-minute mid-morning flight, and had unsuccessfully demanded the aircrew provide him with alcohol. What kind of a flight is this?
What the hell?
They always play with alcohol, don't they? But Australian federal police officers have been alerted by Jetstar staff and arrested the man for alleged aggressive behaviour and breaching aircraft safety protocols. And social media shows him being restrained on the ground by men on the tarmac. But we seem to be hearing a lot of these stories of people just opening the doors.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or are we just constantly hearing about these stories now? People just open the doors. What the hell is going on there?
More and more people don't think of anything but themselves. So if they get it in their head that they have the idea to do it, they just do it. And they're honestly astonished afterwards that anybody would even try to stop them. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this. I hate it.
It's almost like these emergency exit doors should only be an emergency if the pilot decides it's an emergency.
Yeah.
And then he can release the doors.
Yeah,
it seems strange. It's like if you get a black cab in London, you can't even open the doors until the cabbie decides.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're locked.
Wow.
Stops you running away from not paying them, I guess. But
True, but that's a creepy thought. Oh, we're at time here. Join us tomorrow. We've got a double shot. We got the 42 show, and then we got a little hangout chat afterwards for 42 minutes later.
Oh, yeah, we got lots to talk about, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got a couple of things planned that I'm sure I'll forget. So join us.
Remind Dick tomorrow, everybody.
We got thanks to the team and everything in the credits. Thanks for joining us, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
And a big thanks to the team who help us do everything in the background, research, moderation, and, even sometimes laundry. It just depends how it goes. We got Annette, PJ, Shayna Caldwell, Crazy Cat, and Super Chat Matt. Well, thanks, everybody, because on the team, we do depend.
And thank you, everybody who sends in super chats. And we weren't very busy tonight. But anyway, thank you anyway. And all the people that send in donations and become channel members and all that kind of stuff. It helps the channel ticking over, as it were. Now, don't forget to hit like on the way out. I'm going to do that right now. So you just make sure you do bloody well, big bang. And don't forget to share us out. Share us out. Go to a stamp collector and find like a really old, expensive stamp and a really old postcard and just send it, put it to the post and say, whoa, watch the Shills, watch the Shills. Yeah, that's the way, isn't it? And get us onto the news.
Good idea. Actually, just buy a postcard and just randomly send one to a neighbor. Hey, have you watched the Shills? And just,
Oh, anybody. Just anybody. Just a random person. Just send it.
Tom Cruise. See you soon, fellow babies. Take care out there.
Bye for now. Stay shilly.
Still can't get the fucking cranberries out of my head. It's driving me crazy.
Cranberries. Bloody good idea sending postcards.
See you soon, everybody. Take care out there.
Do it.
Oh,